trying new things to make new sales. Welcome back to Picking Winners. It says managing moderators can support your channel in even more ways. This is on my screen and I can't see my screen. That's great. Let me close that and let me flip this because the camera is the other direction. All right. So the round trip. Okay, did that just disconnect when I checked off of the one page to the other? We're live. Started selling on Whatnot. And there are observations, what's good and what's bad about it. Just wanted to say it was 9 minutes, 53 seconds to make a run up to the post office, get everything scanned in, and come back. That's not too shabby. That's start breaking things down per hour. That's 1/6 of an hour. This thing was full of Whatnot sales. I think we made $37 in sales, and all that came back was like $19. There were 3 giveaways for about $6. What killed us was 30 cents per transaction on dollar items. They're like, oh, we'll run it at $1, start it at $1. Yeah, that's great if you have a bunch of people fighting over the item and they run it up to what it's actually worth. When you sell something for $1, you're basically working for free. I was looking between 20, 25, 35, 45, even 55% of my sales were going away. I was barely keeping 45% of $1 sale. Then factor in the energy cost of your computer, your laptop, your printer, your ink, your tape, your packing materials, your boxes. You're probably owing people money. But you learn. You don't use that as an excuse. You don't bash Whatnot. You say, all right, I'm no longer selling anything at a bundle. I was doing some toys, a lot of smalls. All right, so I'm going to bundle 10 of them together for $10. Go. It reminds me when I used to be a bartender. I was working dollar drink night or something. And I'm like, oh, no. We're never doing dollar singles. And like that night almost closed. It was like a Monday or something. It was like the lamest night. I'm like, no, I'll make it fun. Give me that shift. I'll turn it into something. And we instantly turned them into $2 doubles. No more dollar singles. It was $2 doubles. And we started packing the place, and it became one of the busier nights. One of the best shifts you could have would be the Monday upstairs because I built it into that. I'm okay building into Whatnot as something as part of the routine that I use, but I'm not willing to continue doing things that aren't working. And so, if you're selling $37 and you take home 19, that's not enough. And you got to think about your per hour, and you have to factor in the costs of your tape, your time, your ink, your paper, your packing materials, your boxes, your gasoline at $4 a gallon, even if you're only driving a little bit. It all matters. So basically, I'm just having a couple of ruminations. Tell me in comments. Can I see comments here? If you're watching, I see 10 concurrent watchers. Say something in the chat. Let me see if it pops up on the screen, please. Are you selling on Whatnot? What do you like about it? What do you dislike about it? Man, I love that it's fast. Boom, throw it up on the screen. Buy it or don't buy it. Boom, let's go. I am loving it. Hello, CB. Are you selling on Whatnot? Do you sell on Marketplace? What is it that you do? I'm just having some ruminations, dropping the box off at the post office. And it was nice. There were a bunch of sales in here, different size boxes. But I'm like, well, now I'm going to have to get all these new boxes, and that's going to be a cost. I didn't make enough to do that. That's fine. I'm going to go live again later this evening. Picking Winners resale on Whatnot. Please follow us. And Picking Winners resale on eBay, of course. Local pickup. When you do Whatnot, you're going to basically be an evangelist. It's sort of going to seem like you're doing Tupperware, or you're doing Longaberger baskets, or I don't know, whatever Ponzi scheme, Amway. You're sort of trying to get your friends to jump into the network and be a part of it. You sell on eBay and Marketplace. Have you heard of Whatnot, CB? Have you considered Whatnot? Have you done Whatnot? But you're basically asking your friends and your family to here's the link, click the link, share the link, follow us, do the whatnot thing. And that's all well and good. It's and it's sort of brilliant for whatnot. I guess the terms of service, there's so many things you can't do. You can't mention other selling platforms, I guess. There's something else someone told me about a term of service you can't do. And it's like I would have never thought. No, I'll check it out. Yeah, it's live selling. It moves so fast. If you have inventory that you don't care anything about, I'm selling a stack of records, 10 for a buck, 10 for 10. There you go. Never doing a dollar sale again. 10 records, $10, go. Get them for artwork, get them if you like the music, and just run it that way. You can blow through so much inventory as long as you price it low enough. But this dollar, no way. They're taking 30% right off the top because it's a dollar item. It's a 30-cent fee, which doesn't matter if your item is $50. So what? It's 3 dimes. But when it's a dollar item and you're trying to sell 30 items, 100 items, well, that 30 cents is way too much to run something for $1. And it's tough to not run something for $1 when you don't have followers and you're trying to get people in and you want to do giveaways. But the giveaways, you got to pay the shipping on. And you got to give away whatever you're giving away. Something light, probably mail away a sticker or a keychain, something super light that could just go in a package. But it seemed pretty fast. I don't enjoy only having one camera. If I have a couple of devices connected, I want to just be able to toggle. I want to be able to move from like, all right, here's my rotating turntable zoomed in on some Smurfs figurines. That's cool. But now, boom, I want to click this button and use the laptop and show me with the stuff that's behind me. Can't really do that. I guess you can do that on OBS. It's like a streaming software, and I do have like a free account. I'm not sure if I can log in and try it that way. But I'm missing the studio component of the studio when you launch a show. They are giving away $100 bonus if you sell $500 in 180 minutes of streaming to 10 different buyers. So I've almost met the 180 hours streaming. I'm at 150. I've sold items to one person in this new challenge after my first show. So I'm going to go live and I just got to organize the stuff in advance. Got to go ahead and put it all together and make sure yesterday I had things in different spots and I wasn't getting the feedback in chat. Like we kind of kept asking, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? Well, here's some candles. Here's some clothing. Here's some figurines. What do you want? Like, give me some guidance because I got boxes of stuff right over there. If you want something different, just tell me. So I think that's going to be key. Communicating with people in chat and whatnot and finding out what they're into and say, hey, come on back. I had a repeat buyer on my second show. That's awesome. It's a start. And it's something I'm going to delve more deeply into, but I would strongly advise against don't do dollar items. Do 10 for 10. Because those 30-cent fees are just going to eat you alive. But yeah, it's the shipping is weird too, because you do extra small up to 6 ounces. This is how we set it up. Extra small up to 14 ounces, small up to 3 pounds, and medium up to 5 pounds. I guess there's some deal with U.S. Postal Service where they have exclusivity. And so they get better deals on the shipping. But I'm used to eBay. You measure it. It's 12 by 12 by 16. It's 3.4 pounds or 3 pounds, 4 ounces. That's how I enter shipping, and just, their fancy schmancy algorithm will sort out the rest. This one, it's a little bit of guessing. And I certainly hope it's not going to be an issue with shipping because, if you're only making $20 on $37 in sales, almost 50%, you got to make sure that not a single thing is screwed up anywhere. They have local pickup option that I guess you want to turn on, because then it's like your friends and family will buy stuff and you go, all right, I'll put it in a box for you. Next time I see you, I'll bring you all this. Otherwise, you have to mail them an empty envelope. And I did that on a couple occasions. So just a few ruminations. I want to get your thoughts. Tell me what you think about Whatnot. Tell me what you think about the live selling process. and keep picking winners. If you pick winners at the garage sales, the thrift shops, your own home, ask your friends, say, hey, you want to rummage through your house and just gather up a bunch of stuff you don't want anything to do with? I'm going to make a Goodwill run. I'm going to donate the things that I can't use, and the things that I can sell, I'm going to put it in my store. You would be surprised if you to ask people. Grab a box, fill it with stuff you don't want. I'll take care of it. I'll donate what I can't use, and I'll run this other stuff on Whatnot. Just the turnaround time potential is so strong. Here's the final thing I was going to say, because you can put something on eBay and it can sit there for 3-4 years. This stuff on Whatnot, I mean, you could have something sold in 7 seconds. Now, I mean, are they willing to pay actual price? I keep hearing they want to pay half price. Oh, that's great, half price, and I'm paying 50% in fees. I worked for free. Actually, my shipping supplies cost me, so I'm going to owe money. I'm not out on Whatnot, but I'm out on a couple of presuppositions, a couple of suspicions that I had. Because there are some things that are unsustainable, and there are some really exciting opportunities to turn and burn through some inventory. So I'm excited, but we're learning. Tell me what you learned about Whatnot. Tell me about your tips and tricks in the comments. Thank you for watching, CB, and for commenting. I'm just trying new stuff. I'm making posts on the YouTube channel. I'm going live on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to Picking Winners Resale. Every time something sells, we knock out a short video, show you what sold. Sometimes we'll show you how we packed it. We'll give you the backstory on it. We'll tell you some concerns about how to pack it to make so it arrives safely. We love selling, and we love connecting with you. So appreciate you. Yeah, CB says for decades, people's garages turned into storage units. I was just having this conversation. And you know what? Here's the thing. What if you have the proper shelving? What if you have the proper roof hanging systems? So you have 2 levels of stuff. What if you do cycle through, rotate, you actually throw some stuff out, you actually donate some stuff, you sell some big ticket items, and you drop the price on some of these things? Turn and burn. It's not a museum. But yeah, you're so right. Garages could be fantastic work sites. But if we allow them to hold stagnant clutter, our life will become stagnant clutter. I'm starting to become a firm believer in this. So, great point on that. I'll go live and do a whole dissertation on garages, storage units, because now we're paying money to have a box somewhere else to throw a bunch of shit in, which is fine if it's the right kind of stuff and you need that kind of space. Although if you're paying $200 a month, think about it. That's $2,400 a year. You could buy a shed. Do it for 2 years, you could buy a bigger shed. Do it for 3-4 years, you can build a garage. So be smart about your investments with storage units. If you can get a piece of land and put a shed on it, that thing will pay itself back. Pay $300 a month in rent. Something not even climate control. Just get you a garage. Anyway, I digress, but we are selling on Whatnot, so please follow us on Whatnot, Picking Winners Resale. Subscribe to this show. Give us a thumbs up, please. Appreciate your comments, your questions, and we'll be talking to you later. Take care, everybody. Peace.